I'd like to start off by saying this video does include spoilers, so if you plan on watching 2012, don't watch this video. I'd also like to say that I did like the movie. There was a lot of great suspense and a lot of good action scenes in the movie, but I am going to be criticizing it a lot too. Basic explanation of the plot is that a couple of scientists realize that the Earth's crust is reforming, and that in 2012, basically the world's going to come to an end, it's going to be flooded, and everything and everyone is going to be destroyed. And so they get a hold of a couple world leaders and they let them know this. So the world leaders get together and plan to build these arks to preserve mankind and the species of the planet. And basically they allow for about 500,000 people to survive. That's all they have time to make. And it's basically the rich and those of the best genetic quality that get to go in the arks. I'm going to be criticizing the egalitarian element of this video. If you don't know what that is, it's of or relating to or upholding the doctrine of equality of mankind and the desirability of political, social, and economic equality, or favoring social equality or a classless society. Basically, the idea that's promoted in this movie is that everyone in the world is equal, and everyone should have an equal chance to get on this ark. They actually propose the idea of a worldwide lottery for those that get to go on the ark at one point. And that's just completely illogical. I'm sorry, but somebody who's mentally retarded does not need to be one of the 500,000 people that get to survive in mankind. Towards the end of the movie, they get to the arks, and the main character realizes that it's the rich and it's the genetically fit, those with the best genes in the world, to carry on mankind. A lot of these people were picked to go on the ark, and he finds this incredibly immoral. And he confronts one of the other characters who supports this idea and who knew about this the whole time. And he basically insinuates how bad it is. And what's the other option? What are you going to allow, like mentally retarded people or people who are just not smart, not intelligent people, not physically deformed? Are you going to allow these people to be one of the few that get to carry on mankind as a whole? It makes absolutely no sense. And then later on, they realize that these waves are going to hit even sooner, and it's going to flood everything and kill everybody. And so a lot of people actually don't get to go on the ark, even out of the people that they pick on one of the arks. And I think there's 5 of them. Anyways, the main character's on this ark that didn't allow some of the people to get on. So he makes this speech, and he has this argument with the other main American character, and with the world, and he gives a speech to the world leaders about how we should open up the gates again and let these people in to one of the arks. And it's like there's a very, very limited amount of time before this stuff is going to hit, and it's been coming faster and faster than they've expected in all of their projections of when this stuff is going to hit. This has been a theme throughout the movie. And so the other guy's arguing that we don't need to risk the preservation of mankind on allowing these few people to get back on the ark. And the other character, basically says something to the effect of, what's worth preserving, and how much civilization are we really going to have left if we start off with an act of cruelty? And I'm just sitting there in disbelief at this point, because you're really going to risk the human race, the preservation of the human race, because you want to allow a couple people in to the ark because some people are going to die? Let's face it, the rest of the world is pretty much dead. Everyone else is dead, and you're going to go ahead and risk, letting these people. That's a very heroic act in current day society with current morals and whatnot. But I think that's ridiculous. And a lot of this egalitarian stuff that they're promoting, it's real great for the masses, and everyone else can decide, oh yeah, that's the right thing to do. But you'll notice that they don't promote this. People in positions of power don't promote this kind of idea because they know that it's illogical. They know that they're not going to allow like an idiot off the street, just some random person, to make decisions about the economy. People are not equal. Everyone has their own skills, their own character, their own genes, their own education levels. These things affect and give worth to a person as far as society is concerned. Now, I'll agree with the egalitarians that on maybe a spiritual level or in some aspects of the social, everyone should have the same, equal rights, and they're all equal. Life is equal to another life. But when it comes to worth to a society, worth to the preservation of mankind, to any kind of logical decision, people are definitely not equal. People are not equal in a lot of areas. Another part of this movie is the President of the United States decides to stay behind and not go on this ark so that he may tell the people of America what's going on. Now, this is another aspect of the movie where the main character thinks it's really important for us to tell all of mankind what's going on. And the other character in the movie, who's the logical person, says that yes, we should tell the people what's going on after we get the arks loaded up with people. So after we have preserved mankind, we've ensured that. After we've ensured the preservation of mankind, then you tell the people. Because you don't want anarchy going on. You don't want them to ruin the arks. You don't want them to storm the arks or any of that kind of stuff. That doesn't make any sense. And so the President of the United States, get this, he decides to stay behind and tell the people and help, this little girl find her mommy or daddy or whatever. And it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, but no president of the United States would stay behind and do that. They have no morals. They're slaves to special interest. They're completely selfish and self-centered individuals. Continues to promote this idea that those in power really have your best interests at heart and they're real moral and good people instead of looking at reality. Yeah, you know what? I don't like the fact that in this kind of situation, it would be mostly the extremely rich who would get to go on this ark. And I hope to God they would make the decision to include the best genes from the human gene pool to go on the arks. But you know what? That's reality. That's going to happen. It would probably be a mixture just like they had in the movie. And I don't have any kind of delusions that I would be someone who would get to go on one of these arks. If I knew what was going on, I would gladly stay behind and guard these arks while people try to storm it while they were preserving mankind. And gladly die for the preservation of mankind as opposed to having this selfish idea that everyone should get to go on. And another issue at this point I forgot to mention was that there were way too many people that actually got onto the arks. They were over their maximum limit of people. And of course in the end of the movie they let the people in and they just make it out of there. Everything works out okay. But in reality that's not what would have happened. What would have happened is they would have jeopardized mankind and they probably would have eradicated a lot of species and lessened the human gene pool that was left. Maybe the other arks would have survived, but they really would have harmed the future, your children, your grandchildren of the human race. And I think that's ridiculous. So anyways, I thought I'd share my opinions and criticisms of this movie. Again, it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great suspense stuff, and a lot of just stunning pictures and images in the movie. But at the same time, I felt that it was extremely cheesy, and they promoted all these emotional ideas instead of logical ideas. And you see a lot of this in a lot of movies today. You see people standing up to the logic and of people, and they're standing up to logic by promoting these emotional decision making. And I view it as really sad and destructive to our people, to the nation, to the world. I don't understand why they would want to do this. And I put value on emotional decisions and the emotional well-being of people, but I do think it comes second to logic. So, anyways, that's all I got. Until next time.